Hello, everybody, and welcome back after a break. We're here at Stadia Party Chat Podcast, episode 15. Sorry about the 3 week hiatus, but I'm back here with my super co host, Sebastian. Sebastian, how are you doing?
Good, good. Yeah, we had like a little break there, but if you look at the channel, I uploaded a few video and a few streams. So have a look. I put something about Destiny 2. You all know I'm a big fan of Destiny 2, so I had a chat about what's to come and my opinion basically. But yeah, welcome back. How was your
Yes, thank
trip?
you. Yeah, it was a big trip. We went 4,000 kilometers, 7 cities, East Coast, 3 weeks. We took the dog with us. So that was some extra challenges, as in our first city, he got sprayed with a skunk. So we had to deal with that. I quickly learned that you can't wash a dog after it's been sprayed with by a skunk because
No.
that's just going to enhance the smell. And yeah, we had some situations. We even got the skunk off shampoo. We thought, okay, this is going to work. No, he still smelled pretty bad. The actual way to solve it is with science and chemistry, because the baking powder, dry applied on, actually neutralizes the skunk smell. So actually, I had a box of baking powder with me for most of the trip, and like in the morning and night, I would just kind of cover them with baking powder.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's doing better now. He doesn't smell as bad, so we're happy about that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of driving, a lot of exploring different cities, from the islands of PEI to the Scotia and Halifax, having some oysters on the harbor side, tasting some local beers, just like having a good time, walking across bridges, seeing waterfalls. The list goes on and on. We were just sort of tourists in every city we went to. So it was
That's
a good
awesome.
time, lots of learning, lots of exploring.
Yeah, Canada is a beautiful country to visit. Like, went out west a couple summers ago before COVID hit, and I freaking love it. I think I will travel again with the wife. So, yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
I think something I learned is I wouldn't take our car next time. I'd probably do an RV just so we could like pull over anywhere and sleep, or like hang out or stay as long as we want without sort of restrictions and timelines on hotels. So just
Yeah,
something we learned for sure.
save on costs also, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
awesome.
Well, that's cool. Now that I'm back, I've been jumping back into the cloud. I've had some catch up to do. So, getting ahead on Destiny and getting my power level up. Just been sort of bounty grinding, getting through the story. And I know you've had some interesting thoughts on the story so far and some possible suspicious characters.
Yeah, so definitely moving in a little bit onto the Destiny there. Like, you got the story, development story of Aldrin Solve, or now like the Crow. So Mara discovered that he's not following her anymore. And then like he wants to talk to Sivatoon because now Sivatoon is captured by Mara, but we know something's gonna happen, and because the next season or the next expansion, it's gonna be we're gonna be fighting her, so that means she's gonna escape somehow. So who knows what's gonna happen? There's a lot of talk about the Watcher or entity, like someone else controlling the Taken. So Oryx wasn't like Oryx, the Taken King, wasn't the person in charge of the Taken. He was just giving that power to control them. So there's like something else on top of the Worm God, like it's like amazing. It's not like the darkness. It's like in between light and dark. There's like someone controlling everything. And my theory was the nine, because the nine, we heard about them, we saw them interact with the Drifter. Saw them interact with Mara, like doing the Forsaken like story. But like they always been watching. And they mention it, they've been watching people, they've been watching like everybody, they've been watching the Guardian. So I have a feeling they might be the entity or the IN, like, you know, controlling both side. I don't know. It's just very funny that like now we hear more about like the background of like who's technically the gods right now. The traveler doesn't really control the light, and the darkness doesn't really control the darkness. So it's like, or like Sevitune. So like, yeah, it's quite interesting. As it develops, we're gonna hear more about what's happening. Maybe Osiris is gonna come back. Maybe he's still alive. I know Saint 14 and Mitrax been looking for him during like some lore, some of the book. Um, yeah, so a lot of development in the story. I think this season is like pretty amazing, even though it's gonna be a 6-month season. There's gonna be a lot of development coming to the Witch Queen. So yeah.
Why do you think Crow wants to talk to the Witch Queen, though? What is he gonna
Well,
say to her? He just
he
wants to.
wants, yeah, he wants to talk to her because he was basically a close friend with Osiris, but with Savatune, and I think he wants to learn what's happening with him, I guess. He still trusts her, which is an issue because she's gonna like play around with him. But like Mara, like the biggest scheme of Mara Sov was that she knew he was gonna die, she knew he's gonna become a guardian, but she wanted a Aldrin Solve light bearer, not like just a Vanguard Aldrin Solve light bearer, if that makes sense. Because now you fall under us, so something fell in her plan, and the fact that Savatune has like a part in there, I think she's a bit annoyed. She's been manipulating her brother the entire time, as you can see. But what's gonna happen with him, I have no idea. He wants to talk to Savatune. I think at the end of the day, even though um, Petra Vanch is stopping her and Marasov is stopping, sorry, him. He's gonna end up talking to Savatune and it might end up bad. Who knows, right?
I hope we help him.
Yeah, hopefully we help him. I feel like the Guardian doesn't do much. He just like talk to people, doesn't interact. You know, we don't talk and like make decision or anything like that. So we're just like there standing watching. Oh, okay, we need to do this activity. We go do this activity. No matter what, how it end up, we usually win. But like there's no like interaction. We don't provide our opinion in the whole story. So it's just like, yeah, we're
No,
kind of paralyzed in watching the story.
I like that though. I mean, some games like Mass Effect, I feel like when you have that much control, I don't know, it kind of makes you feel like, am I missing part of the story?
Hmm.
If I go one direction and then there's like certain endings where they make you do evil here, good here, medium here, and like you have to do that code just to be able to
Yeah,
unlock the ending. I mean, here you just get to be the observer.
yeah,
So
and yeah, that's true because I feel like the lore can develop even more if like it's linear type thing, where like if it's multiple choice, then the lore can change so drastically. So no, definitely, and I like the fact that you're developing so much into it. So it's gonna be amazing, I think, coming to the next season. So yeah.
and what do you think of this drifter character? I liked that theory. I think
Uh,
he's got more to play. He's got more to do in the story.
He definitely has more to play. We saw a bit Eris more like as some she developed it a little bit more through like all the season there and pointing out the Witch Queen is on her way. We have like, you know, Drifter, like we only saw him participating like during Europa because he's on the same side. He participated with Eris more, but I don't think he has as much input. Like the fact that the 9 came and saw him directly and give him the coin for like the Gambit game. There's more into it. Like he was able to control a little bit the Taken from the look of it. So I have a feeling that he has a little bit more power coming in the future. There's a lot of character that we haven't heard of from, like Anna Bray, like what's happening with her, with the Exo Stranger. Are we gonna hear more development on that? Like there's like some storyline that like we heard about it for a season and then it just ended. Like, you know, the Cabal, like, are they gonna join forces with us? I feel like someone was mentioning that in one of their video, that it's almost like Marvel Avengers, right? We all gathering everybody's gonna become together. Like, we got the Cabal joining forces, we got the Elixni joining forces. What about maybe the Hive might join forces? Who knows? Maybe after the Witch Queen, she's gonna be, no, we're gonna join you to destroy the entity. Like, I don't know, because what's gonna become later? Because Lightfall and the final shape is the last one. Excuse me, that's gonna come out. And it's funny because they mentioned that during some of the lore, the final shape. So I think that's the entity. It's like, and there's like the sign someone pointed out again on the one of the video. If you look at Savatune up, you got the circle and the triangle, and it's the sign of Lightfall. I think you got the basically it's the traveler and the
The
darkness ship,
pyramid,
the
yeah.
pyramid. Yeah. So is that gonna combine together? Is that, so there's so many way it can goes, right? So
Yeah, my
just
only my thought here while we're talking is on the season of the Lost. I'm feeling like they didn't do a great job on closing Beyond Light. Like they started off the big DLC with Beyond Light. I feel like there should be some sort of Europa focused closing, just like you're talking about how what happened with Exo Stranger, like her story just kind of ended. I feel like they should close Beyond Light before they open Witch Queen. And I
yeah,
feel like they're just kind of leaving it open ended. And we're going into, like, I guess we're going into Witch Queen, but I feel like we're not closing off enough about Beyond Light. But
yeah,
I
and they
guess we'll
did
see what more comes along this season, too. It is 6 months.
they did that a lot on other stories, like what's going on with Rasputin, like did he move away? I thought Anabri was gonna change him into an EXO. That's like an open, and like they leave it open that like what's gonna happen. They can maybe reuse that story later on and merge it all together. I think they left like a lot of open-ended story like this, so at the end it's all gonna merge together. But like it's like you have to go back like so far back. Look at Shiva, the Shiva, like the Nanite basically during Destiny 1. We didn't really hear about this like since then. Like it just like open ended, like, and maybe is it gonna come back because a lot of people really like that story base. So who knows, maybe like Rasputin's gonna come back with this and is gonna fight the darkness or like be with the darkness. Who knows, right? There's just like so much like open-ended story that we don't know what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen with the Dreaming City? Like the curse is gonna end maybe after this season. Is it gonna disappear? Like, are we not gonna be able to access the Dreaming City? What about all the planet that got taken by the darkness? Are we gonna be revisiting them at some point? So yeah, there's a lot of unknown, right? So, but
I
I'm
miss
excited to see
the
what's coming.
I miss the shores of Titan.
Yeah.
Was it Titan? Was it Titan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a water planet, or not. It's not a planet, it's a moon actually. So,
Oh, Mr. Planetology over here.
well, if you look it up, it's all real planet or moon in
Yeah.
the solar system. I say planet, it's all like moon. So Europa is actually a moon in real life. Titan's a moon. So like they're using a real solar system. So
And EDZ is Earth.
yeah, EDZ is just European dead zone. So it's just
And
like
then
in Europe.
the Cosmodrome, is that like,
That's in Russia. I don't think Cosmodrome is an actual name of a place. They just named the
oh,
place.
okay, because I think
Yeah.
the bottom of the map is like Earth, right? So those are two locations.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all two
Yeah.
location in Earth. So one is Europe, the other place is in Russia. I know they were talking about some of the video of the Witch Queen at first was a swamp. They were talking about Los Angeles to be a swamp because that was like an idea they had during the Destiny one.
Yeah, to me it looks like
But
the
now
the past in VOG.
Oh, that could be, but that's the throne. But now they're making it the throne world for Savathun, so that's gonna be totally a different place. So I don't think it's gonna be a planet. It's gonna be like the Dreaming
Enough.
City being like his own place, right? So
Sorry about that. The dog.
no problem. Yeah,
He
you might
barks
hear the
when
bird.
anything like goes by the house.
All right. Let's move on. Maybe I can talk about the TWABs.
Okay, well, before I guess, yeah, let's stick to Destiny and then I'll
Yeah, and
jump
then we
into.
can move on. Yeah, perfect. So the TWABs this week, and I can probably share that while I'm talking. Oh, or if you want to share the page of the TWAB. So this week at Bungie, they talk about the new quest for getting the new weapon, the ARK Scepter, which is pretty interesting. So that weapon was made for Uldren Solve, and there's like a little cutscene they talk about Ager and what's Riga. Is it Riga? So basically, it's Aldrin and Marisol. Basically, the story for them, where like she died, she went to her throne world, and Aldrin went towards the darkness by surviving, and all basically the storyline, which is quite interesting. But the quest, the exotic quest, is quite interesting. There's a lot of a lore in it, so that's pretty amazing. You got to do some Shadow Realm and stuff like that. So yeah, do it. It's very good.
Yeah, I haven't jumped into it yet. I just got the quest actually. So I
Yeah.
know I have to like just run around and pick up those beacons, I guess. I think it's like at step 2 of 12, I think.
Yeah, you get those beacon in the Dreaming City, you go install it, and after 4 times doing that, you can go through the portal, you can see the gun, you cannot access it, you need to collect something by doing different activity. After that, you're gonna have to do, I think there's a corrupted, uh, it's 3 strike you need to do, and you get like a token at the end. So excuse me. So yeah, you get the token, and at the end of the day, you get the gun. There's no catalyst yet. The catalyst can be available next week, but the gun so far is a PvE gun. It's pretty amazing. If you use a stasis subclass with it, it work with your stasis subclass with the we call all the bonus basically, but like the gun is yeah, crowd it. I don't think it's gonna be good for I and PvP, but it's good for like just doing strike or anything like that. Any like if you do the astral alignment, it's pretty good for that, because every time you kill one, it create a burst of stasis, then it slow down, and you kill like another one, it's all freezing around, and then like you reload your weapon every time you get a stasis kill. So quite interesting. The API for the catalyst was indicating that the catalyst, what's going to do, it's going to use your super. So as soon as your super energy is full, it's going to use your super to do extra damage to it, and use some of your super. So that's going to be quite interesting. I wonder how much damage it's going to do. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes with the catalyst. Quite interesting they made that gun. So another like primary or kinetic weapon for stasis. So from the look of it, all kinetic weapons gonna be stasis from now on. So uh, I'm guessing, is it worth it to keep like other kinetic weapon without like a class? Or like, so the gun now,
Right.
are they
Yeah.
gonna all switch to stasis? Yeah. Nothing. And another thing I noticed is that a lot of enemy now they provide stasis. Like, let's say the troll now they punch you, it's stasis, or
The
so it's like,
proving grounds, right? Those war beasts
yeah, they're
were
like
hitting
hitting
us with
you with
stasis.
stasis. That's terrible. Imagine doing that now, a grandmaster. You don't want to do anything close with them, because like they slow you down one hit. You cannot like run away. They get you in a second hit. So, all right, moving on. So they displayed the roadmap for the season of the Lost leading to the Witch Queen. As you can see, there's not a lot of information compared to the previous season. They're just telling you from August to September, it's the season of the lost begins. So we got the exotic quest, Trial of Osiris, which we're gonna talk in a minute. Like they get a revamp. They're gonna there's the astral alignment, the shadow realm, legendary weapon quest, which is the rocket launcher, and the crossplay, which we've been using or like playing with. Starting October to November, we got the Festival of the Lost. So we're gonna get the new armor set that looks like dinosaur, mask, candy, um, uh, the Untitled Sector activity. So I wonder if they're gonna use the same thing as the previous year.
Yeah, it
Hopefully
pretty
not.
much looks the same. As they
Yeah,
say, mass candy and haunted sectors. So probably that branch tree, the haunted forest or whatever it was.
yeah, Untitled Forest. Like, but that was like with the Mercury. Was it? Yeah, the generated like forest. So that would be cool if they change it, be in the Dreaming City or even the Shadow Realm, so.
Here's what I see reading this right now. You see how it says haunted sectors activity? I think there's going to be, instead of lost sectors, they're going to be haunted sectors. And it's going to be some sort of added twist. You can get like currency or something when you complete them. That's my prediction.
That would be
Reading
cool
that.
if they use Lost Sector for that. I think that's perfect. Huh.
Yeah.
The next thing they have is Season of the Lost update. So we got the Grandmaster starting and a difficulty option for the Astral Alignment and Shadow Realm. So that's gonna be quite interesting. Because I've noticed there's some triumph for Master difficulty or whatever it is, like higher difficulty. So that should be
What?
good.
You were noticing triumphs?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost like I completed like a bunch of them so far. I still need to do more Shadow Realm to collect all the stuff. So and then December to February, we're gonna have the Bungie 30th anniversary event. So there's gonna be a new dungeon. We're gonna get the Gallianor exotic quests. Oh, so there's gonna be a quest to get it. So it's not just gonna be a drop. There's going to be a new 6-player offensive, so an activity required to do an offense. I'm not sure what it is. I have a feeling it's going to be similar to Menagerie or something like that. That would be quite cool. Iconic weapon from Bungie's past. Some new gun coming back, I guess, and much
And much
more.
more.
So
Ooh.
what's much more? There's the seasonal event, the Moment of Triumph, and the Dawning. Other than that, I don't know what else is coming. Maybe like more development in the story. Hopefully a community event like they did in the past. I love that when they do community event. I know like when they took down the what's the ship that we took down in one of this season. This one was very long, but I think it's good like to create a community event and just make something happen. That's pretty cool. When the darkness took over some of the planet, that was pretty cool too. So hopefully we see something happening. Maybe the throne world for the Witch Queen is going to be appearing on the map or something, or she's going to be escaping. Who knows, right? Taking away some ghosts from people to use it on her, right? Own Hive Guardian or something like that. So we'll have to see. All right, moving on with the Trials of Osiris. So if you want to scroll down, so they did some change with trials. That change were well appreciated. This is more some stat of like how many people have played trials since the change, and it can
Crazy.
show like everybody decide to play now. Because first of all, it's crossplay, and you can play solo. You can just join a team solo, which is good. I think I like that. I joined solo. Like if you don't want to go flawless or anything like that, you just go solo just to get your win, your round win, or like get your 7 win to get your pinnacle gear. That's perfect for that. And also you can choose your when you get an engram, a Trial Osiris engram, you can choose just to open it up or go into see Saint 14 and choose something that you already got. So you can re-roll some armor, some weapons. So it's pretty cool for that. I like that idea.
And
But
just an added note, so I think it was Kelson who was telling me if you save your engrams for the lighthouse, there's a kiosk at the lighthouse and you can re-roll adept weapons.
oh my God, that's actually amazing. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what Kelson was telling me at least.
Okay, we're gonna have to look into that.
I just
Look
have to
into
get
this.
to the lighthouse. I got 6 wins and then I lost twice. All right. Not happy. Not
Damn.
happy.
We should probably tag along together with Kelson and do it. Maybe we can
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
But like the cool thing is that if you play on Stadia like me and mouse and keyboard, you're gonna play again console. So you got that little advantage. For me, it's not really an advantage. I'm not that great for PvP. Even though I'm mouse and keyboard, I'm still learning mouse and keyboard, but I like it though. Um, but I've played with some Steam player and I was getting wrecked from with like other Steam players. But the other thing is that if you play with console player, I found like the loading time takes forever. So if they play on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, maybe the loading time is slower, but that's all right. Upcoming change. So there's like a few change coming to the trial of Osiris. I think they already did those change because they restarted on Friday. They changing the matchmaking a little bit because there's like some significant. Uh, I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, so they're enabling a flawless matchmaking pool.
Yeah.
So after you get your 7 wins flawless and you want to keep getting more on a flawless card, because I think there's triumphs for like 10 flawless
Hmm.
and like 15 flawless,
So then
but
you're gonna
you're gonna
matchmake
go in a
again.
separate pool after, and which if I'm even reading this correctly, even if you go flawless, then you enter into the people who have already gone flawless pool, which
Yeah,
is
that's what I feel like too.
crazy. Are you
That's
kidding me?
gonna
That means
be.
like Monday will be the day to play because all the flawless players will be off. Like,
Yeah, like today or tomorrow. That's perfect. Yeah.
oh my God,
Uh,
we should try to go flawless.
yeah. So there's higher chance. You gotta think there's like so many people now playing. So
Message
uh,
Kelson.
yeah. So that should be good though. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Uh,
Oh, we're not happy with the people who have a bad streak of getting thrashed 5-0. So we're
yeah.
enabling some matchmaking to help blowouts. I mean, like this is just great. Like I think everything they're doing for trials is better.
Yeah, they make it better for everyone. There's the other thing too where they're disabling special ammo replenishing on revives. I guess people are dying and
Yeah.
when they revive, they get their special ammo back. Okay, that's quite interesting. Um, yeah, but that's pretty much that for the TWAB. If we move on to some hot fix, they fix a few things. Some issue with some exotic, some the scorched cannon from the Fallen Walker public event. I don't know if you've seen. If you get close to it, you just get bumped like so far up and everywhere. There's an area, I think even if the activity is done, it's still doing it. So it's quite interesting. You just jump in this area, you just fly up in the sky. Quite interesting. Strike streak now work as intended because I think the issue was if you're doing a strike, then you go to the tower, the elm, like he will like end your streak. So now it's continuing, so it's good. I think also it's doing any activity. So if you do Gambit or Crucible or Strike, if you go, let's say, do a game of Crucible and come back in your Strike, it still count as an activity, so your streak will continue. That was something they mentioned in the past, so that's good. They maintain that. The sweet spot triumph now is fixed. Thank God, that's the only one I'm missing. I tested it out and I got one out of the three. So now I just need to go kill two more Vex Weimer like with precision kill, and I'm gonna get the seal. So that's perfect.
Nice.
Bungie change a name change. So there's no I didn't see that many people with the name Guardian. Apparently there's 700 player whose Bungie name was violated. Thank God mine wasn't, and I'm happy with that. I can keep my name. Hotfix, extend downtime. So on the 23rd on reset, they're gonna extend the downtime because they're gonna fix a bunch of issues from the sound of it. We'll see what happen. And some other known issue that they're gonna be changing in the future. The rank reward weapon cannot be masterwork, which is weird. I think we had the same issue with some Banshee weapon. Um,
Yeah,
when inspecting the Shadow Glove Warlock armor, there's a gap between the player's arm and the torso.
that's some specific stuff here.
I know, I was like, I didn't notice
How
that,
come they
but
haven't addressed the headless players? Like,
I
come
know it's
on.
still happening, right?
Ah,
I think it's happening mostly on Warlock, right?
yeah, I see it all the time. People
Hmm.
are headless, but no, this small gap gets a little line in here. Okay.
Oh, this one, I didn't encounter that. Having champion mode mod equip when visiting the wish wall and last wish may result in bird error. Okay. The
Cool, cool.
Titan Interlaced Gauntlet has part of the armor floating disconnected from the arm. Another issue similar to the Warlock. Tracing the star I display, tracing the star one displays the same location at Atlas Q twice. I didn't have this issue. That's for the quest for the exotic. Auror's leash is dropping at 0 power from the corrupted Nightfall. Okay.
Strange. Like, isn't
Yeah.
that a Halloween event gun only?
Auror's leash? I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it only
Well, the
drops for the
corrupted
Halloween.
Nightfall is happening this week, right?
Yeah,
And at the same time, I think yeah, they mentioned it. The character Nightfall Triumph over 100,000 point isn't counting point correctly. I don't think you can get Platinum now in some of the Nightfall, so they're gonna have to fix that.
that's annoying.
Player can purchase the second passage and accidentally overwrite the 7-win passage. Ooh, that's bad. And that's pretty much it. There's a couple of video. This guy with the Warlock, Perdition Legend Warlock, he did it under 1 minute. It's crazy. He's using the void was it the teleportation there?
The
And he's
blink.
just the blink and the sword, he's just like destroying everybody. It's pretty amazing. There's another one, a speed run with the Gorgon. 1 minute speed run. They kill all the Gorgon in 1 minute. Quite
Okay.
interesting. It's 12 Gorgon in 1 minute. So yeah, there's a triumph for killing two under 1 minute, I think, or two in a space of 5 seconds between each of them or something. So quite interesting. And there's also some art of the week showing the lovebird, so Osiris and Saint 14, and the other one showing Zavala, Shax, and Saladin just chilling, drinking alcohol, I guess, and watching TV. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, with
yeah,
the kimchi.
yeah. And at the bottom, it showed the Destiny lifetime, how many players have played, total 187 million. And a total of 9.8 billion gameplay
Uh-oh.
hours. That's crazy. ATN defeated like 2 million and a 10x elimination in the Deep Stone Creek crypt 3.5 million. So that's pretty crazy. They challenge us to raise it to 10 billion hours. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. If I look at mine, I've played a lot, but that's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a huge amount. Well,
That
people have
that
been
is
playing
crazy.
consistently for 5 years now.
Pretty much, yeah. That's crazy.
I know you and I just got on when Stadia started, so.
So we haven't played that much compared to other people, I guess.
But I will say that Nads, I think you have at least half of those Atheon clears without a Vex.
Yeah, I'm at was it 46 I think
Oh,
46 clear now without the Vex. But keep in mind that's only exotic I'm missing. Exotic weapon.
yeah,
Yeah, because
no,
I
but
haven't grabbed the legs and there's some exotic armor I need to get from The Lost Sector I haven't done yet. I just need to get into it. I haven't played enough to do all my characters, so yeah, just like doing a lot of wedding planning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you're having a wedding soon, so I mean, it feels
hmm
like it's crunched, like because most weddings are like over a year
Over a
of
year, yeah,
planning
we
it.
planning it within 2 months pretty much. So
You should get
yeah.
like film crews in and be like 30-day wedding.
Yeah, pretty much, right? But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so other than that, I've just been jumping into some ARK a little bit. And
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised, I will say. I mean, huge learning curve because they don't tell you anything. Like they just kind of you wake up and you got to figure out everything. Like they don't tell you anything. You have this weird crystal in your arm, and then you quickly have to gather resources, start building, find food, create fires. It's been it's like Terraria, but in like first person mode in
hmm
like a realistic dinosaur setting. So some interesting tips that I will leave you guys with if you're jumping into ARK. You get a pickaxe, you eventually build, and you build a hatchet. I didn't notice that if you use a pickaxe versus a hatchet, you get different materials on like a tree. So you can hit a tree with a pickaxe and get different materials than hitting it with a hatchet. So it's just all about collecting, um, being able to level yourself up and being able to build more things. And then eventually, I haven't reached this yet, but be well enough to like survive on my own and go adventure out into the world, because right now I'm just sort of trying to survive on a beach before I can gather up enough resources to really get out there. But pretty cool. I can see myself trying to build my guy up, my character up, and getting out into this world. It's a lot. I didn't know what to expect from ARK other than it had a cool name and there's dinosaurs. But yeah, it's a really cool concept for me.
So yeah, that should be quite interesting. I haven't played it yet, but like from what you told me, like it's a survival game. So I like that. I love playing Terraria with you, so I'm probably gonna jump on that with you at some point. This Destiny season is gonna be a long one, so there's gonna be some lull at some point. So
Oh
probably gonna
yeah.
be jumping on that. Have you noticed if you could create a server, like so, because it seems like you get to join other people's server every time, and you can have up to 75 players or something?
Oh my god. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I haven't jumped into. I know that I created my own private server. I haven't even figured out if I can move my guy that I made in my private server to like a public world. Like it's very like there's just zero explanation in this
Yeah,
game.
I think I turned it on and I hit play and it was just showing me all the server. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, and did you feel it was playing well on Stadia?
Yeah, I mean, I had no glitching,
Okay.
no issues at all. Like I kill a dodo bird or something with a spear, I pick them up. I'm like, okay, drag them over to my house, skin it, and put it in the cooking pot to like make up some food so I can survive. Like it seemed to
Oh,
run pretty smoothly for me.
that's amazing. I've been told it was a bad port to Stadia, but that's amazing if it's running perfectly. In the past, I think when they ported to because I think it started on PC and they ported to like Xbox and PlayStation, it wasn't running well. So it's pretty good if it's working well on Stadia. I'm happy to hear that.
I could see Stadia, you know how they have, I don't know if this is true or not, but like the learning AI. I wonder if like just eventually it just caught on to all the things that was happening and fixed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. So that'll be great if we have like a good port and we can play easily. Graphic wise, did you find they were pretty good too, or?
Graphic wise, I mean, it's worlds above from Terraria. So,
Yeah,
uh,
no, that's true.
but I mean, dinosaurs looked pretty cool walking around. Like it looked like a real. It reminded me of like a Skyrim feel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Gonna have to try that too, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That
if we can
looks
hop
pretty
into a
cool. Yeah.
server and we could probably, it's easier probably to survive together than just solo out there.
Yeah, probably gonna be streaming it, so like just show everybody how it works and how it plays. So that's
Yeah, that
amazing.
would be good. That'd be good.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. So let's jump into the news after like, I don't know, 40 minutes of intro stuff. We have Falconeer coming on to Stadia October 5th. So interesting about this game is I believe it was made by one person. One person
Yeah.
created this entire game. And just kudos to him. Like it looks pretty phenomenal. Like artwork looks crazy. Sort of that cell shading. um I mean, you got dog fights. It's all like aerial combat from what I've been hearing. So
Hmm.
really cool. Look forward to seeing this October 5th. So very beginning.
Is is it gonna be coming as a pro game, you think, or?
I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I
Well, with
think
the new incentive, if they put it as a pro game, it might be worth it for the creator of the game. But
they're trying to get the Rudig's curse, so they'll float it out there and then they'll put it on pro later. But no, it says arriving October 5th for purchase in the Stadia store.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, that's gonna be a good game to look for. I think they might not sell it very expensive. I will say like $40 maybe Canadian.
Oh, maybe
Uh,
even less, I'm
yeah, even
thinking.
less. So that'll be a good game to try. I like that kind of aerial game. I haven't like seen that many. I think I've tried the port from PlayStation 2. There was like another game that came out of on Pro, and it was like if you play it before you're used to it, but it's more like you're just shooting and then you're flying around that screen, right?
Oh,
Where this one I
yeah.
feel like you have like it's open like world and you flying and just going and destroying or doing your mission. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I think he's found something here because I think it feels better to fly a bird around than
Hmm.
it does to fly like a spaceship with thrusters around. I just feel like there's more of a feeling to it.
Hmm.
I don't know how to explain it. I feel like that at least for a joystick. I don't know. But pretty
Awesome.
cool. Look forward to seeing what that game's all about. And kudos to this Thomas character for doing this all by himself. I mean,
Yeah.
that's some dedication. Oh, passion project there. Next we have Black Flag. So this was a one of like the best installments. I mean, so good that they created DLC for it, which spun off into a game of its own, which has been in development at Ubisoft for 8 years. This pirate game is crazy. I feel like they didn't even realize what they stumbled upon when they
Yeah.
introduced the seas and the ships and the battles like that.
Yeah, been told that the ship battle, that's what like the most fun is basically. So that's crazy. Yeah, it's coming on Stadia, so or it's on Stadia now, so that you
Yeah.
can like get it. If you have Ubisoft Plus, you can get it for free. So go ahead and try it out.
Yeah, I know myself personally, I beat it when it first came out, I think years ago.
Oh, okay.
And like I explored every aspect. I took down every ship. I think there's like these super ships that you got to go out and find and take them out. And I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty cool game. Pretty cool. And then
Uh,
we have Darksiders 3 now coming on to Stadia. And I guess this is for people who got this Darksiders 2 in August and they're like, I need more Darksiders. And they released the other one. So if you want to just continue the story, to me, it looks like this is a female driven storyline versus the other Darksiders, which are more you're the male character. Um, have you ever played Darksiders before?
No, I haven't tried it yet. Like now it's like available for Stadia Pro this month. So gonna have to try the Darksider 2. It looks like to be like a Diablo like platform or like a hack and slash from the top down. Is that right?
Hack and slash from top down. No, and I've heard you say this before, and we may have different opinions on the game. I think I played Darksiders 1, and it was reminded me of like Zelda puzzles, like Zelda
Oh,
dungeons. Like you're always in like a temple,
oh, you're
for
a third
instance.
person. Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
you got to like figure
I
out
don't.
puzzles on the map, and then those unlock spaces for you to go get things. Like you have to get keys, unlock, and then there's a final boss, and then you progress to like the next temple or something like that.
Yeah, I might have. I mixed it up with something else, I guess.
Yeah, but pretty cool. I mean, if you like action adventure, it's a really good installment. I think they did a good job from the one I played, and I can't remember if it was one or two.
Because like we got the Darksider 2
Yeah.
for free.
And there's even a
Uh,
horse you can like just summon and ride around, and yeah, it's like open world. And
oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I totally missed that. For some reason, I thought it was a top down, and I'm like, maybe I mixed it up with another game that came on Stadia. So all good.
yeah, definitely
My
check it
bad.
out. Give it a little whirl, maybe like 10-20 minutes, and see how you
Mm-hmm.
feel. We have Mercs Market. So that's a Stadia Maker title, so that's always good to see them come out with a release.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I heard, it's like Moonlighter, but without the dungeon aspect. So if you like that sort of shopping and inventory management,
Yeah.
that's the game.
Yeah, it's like a medieval game. So like you just get to build like weapon or like build like stuff that people ask for. I guess you have to collect materials somehow, right?
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
you or you don't. You just like open the market, and I guess you got to go around and collect some stuff. So hmm, quite interesting.
Could be a good one. I know I like Moonlighter a lot, so
Hmm.
it could
You
be
can
very
play
similar.
multiplayer too, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy to see all these Stadia Maker titles. I mean, I thought we'd see some more, but take your time, develop them.
Yeah, make it look good, and yeah.
I want to see some Jay and Silent Bob. I know that's one of the Stadia Maker titles. So
Oh, it is?
yeah.
That's funny.
We have Dead by Daylight at a price reduction. So pretty cheap. You can grab the standard edition for $9.99. And the ultimate edition for 48. So if you didn't grab it, if you were a pro member, I think like a year or two ago, yeah, you can pick it up now for pretty cheap. I know that it's a hugely popular game. It's like hide and seek, one killer, three sort of people. I'm sure everyone's sort of seen it.
Survivor.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I remember we play it when it came out on Stadia Pro, and it was fun. Like if you have to you have to start those generator to open the door, and it's like 3 generator I think you have to start, and every time you work on it, it's gonna come out a dial, and you have to stop it on the right moment, or like you gotta like damage the generator and make a lot of noise, so then the enemy or the killer he can come towards you and stuff like that.
Oh, and then they
So
put you on the hook.
on the
Oh
hook,
my god.
yeah, and they can kill you there. You can have a friend come and remove you from the hook. No, it was pretty fun playing that. It's just like you said, hide and seek, and
Hmm.
yeah,
And it's
yeah, like
crossplay, so
yeah, it's crossplay, so like you can
there's
always
always
find
people.
match. Yeah.
And THQ Nordic is celebrating an anniversary with a special sale in the Stadia store. So save on games like Destroy All Humans, SpongeBob, and Darksiders Genesis now throughout September 28th. So there's some sales going on. Destroy All Humans is a super old game, but I remember it being pretty fun.
Mhm.
You like go around sucking, I think, the brains out of humans or something like that as a little alien.
Yeah, it was a older game that they brought to Stadia, I think, and then they just revamped it and it was quite popular. It's just like a comedy type of game too. So
Yeah.
I haven't tried it personally. I should try it. I think it's on Pro. So
I remember playing that back in like years ago, back on like Xbox 360, I think.
oh really? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
We have a Darkwood notable game. So this game apparently is pretty cool. I've seen some videos on it. Very different sort of top down. You only see what the light shows you. Very cool, like story driven horror game. So I was very interested to see that game. I'm not sure the price point has me yet because I'd wait for it to come on Pro. Um, but yeah, I think that that game to me looks like a pretty cool original piece. So I think I may dabble in it. We'll see, but I'll let you know if I do.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this one, but yeah, we'll see how it looks like.
And then we have PGA, so that was a bit of a stealth drop.
Yeah.
Um, it's good to see. I think it may be like my first sports game on my Stadia library. Um, but yeah, no one really saw it coming, and it makes 6 games this month for September, so that's another huge
Yeah,
one. My
it's pretty
theory,
amazing.
my theory behind this is EA is testing the subscription based model to see how this works out for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like a sport gamer, I guess. More like a different type, but I like the fact that it's available for pro. So now I can say I have it and I can try it whenever I want. My spouse family, they're very strong about golf, so I'll probably gonna play with them or something. Show them like the game and they can try it out, test it out, and they can tell me how they feel about it. But it's quite interesting to have that. If you're a big fan of golf, you know all the player, which club to use and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna try it at some point. It's gonna be on my list of all the other pro game to like try. I removed my Ubisoft Plus subscription because I'm like noticed I don't have time to play all the pro game on Stadia. So I was like, I'm gonna do that first before I go back to Ubisoft.
And
Unless I want.
Extraction was delayed, so
Yeah,
that was like the
exactly.
big one coming out, right? That was supposed to be out like any day now.
Yeah, exactly. In September, so it got pushed through later. So I can re-get the subscription later to try Extraction. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that that's pretty crazy. With PGA, the one thing that will make me not play it is that I've played PGA on like the Wii back in the day and it had the motion controller. So you were
Oh.
actually like swinging a club. Why why is that not standard on every PGA game? Like the experience changes dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can't just sit there and press the button, like swing, back swing, forward swing, or whatever it is. Like I need that physical, like it
Mm-hmm.
makes the game so much better.
Something you could do is use your phone, like on the Dance Revolution or Dance whatever the dancing thing. You use your phone for that, right?
Yeah.
So they could use your phone for like swinging the golf club because you get a gyroscope inside the phone and you get all those sensors you could use connected through Stadia. They just had to have EA actually implement that. That's the issue, right? If you play PGA maybe on PlayStation, you have those.
The
I don't
VR,
know.
the
Yeah, is
the
it the VR
toggle.
ball or something? Yeah, so you
Yeah.
could use that maybe. And then like on Xbox, you got to connect. So I think there's like a way they could make it happen. I think if like the population will play more of that game, then they will do it. But I don't know. Yeah, that would be better like gameplay than just using a controller for sure.
Yeah. Even the controller, I just want to swing the controller.
Yeah, you could use a controller to swing it,
Mm,
but then people's gonna end up like throwing the controller at the screen, like they did with the Wii U when it came out, or the Wii.
yeah. What is up, buddy? Now, this game I had to mention because I watched the video for this, and oh my god, this is just craziness. Did you see the video for this game?
No.
Again, there was a game, and now it's slipping my mind, that came out for Stadia Pro. That was this crazy Japanese game where you were like collecting money from the sky. Um, I'm going to share my screen here just to show this video thing here because this is just like wacky craziness.
The name of the game is Reroll Crazy. Is that what it is? Oh,
Let's see if I can get it to play. Oh
yeah.
no, it's
It
being weird. But it's just like wacky, insane, and apparently this is a huge smash hit in Japan. And like you're just rolling around this ball because the stars have all been taken from the sky. I think they were talking about this on Stadia Cast.
I recognize that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the Switch, or not on the Switch, it was on Nintendo too. Yeah, I've seen this game before. You just collect junk basically, and you're just rolling a ball to make it a certain size and stuff like that, right?
Notice the magic mushrooms, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like this game,
It's trippy, right?
I watched the video, I'm like, what is going on in this culture? Like,
That's
like there,
funny.
it's just insane. Like, and the music behind it, this little character. I mean, what is the obsession with rolling a giant ball of stuff around? I don't know. There's so many questions. It looks so much fun though.
It looks quite interesting. I know, like, you can look at the older one, I guess, or maybe this one is like a remake of an older one. But yeah, it was on the Nintendo console. I think I want to say the Wii at first and the Wii U. And yeah, it was quite popular. I've seen that before, and I was like, what the hell, right? But yeah, you go around, you just collect object and make your ball bigger and bigger, and you gotta achieve a certain size, I guess. So yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, coming out of Stadia Source, we have this interesting thing that Stadia is doing to people who have canceled their pro membership. They're offering them a free Premier edition if they sign back up, which is insane. Oh my god. Free
Yeah, what about
controller.
us? What
I
about
know.
us? We haven't stopped like should I stop the pro game and restart it? No, I gotta lose all the games, right? So
Yeah, I know, but it's almost like I wonder if I get a pro account and then I cancel it. And then if they ask me, it's like $20 for a new controller in Premier Edition if they're going to offer this, you know?
hmm
But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I hope that more people come back and like it's awesome. Like I play
yeah.
with no downloads. I was Sean yesterday where we were trying to play the other day and he's like, "Oh, I got to wait for my Destiny 2 to update." I'm like, "Okay, that seems like a foreign concept to me being on Stadia."
Yeah,
And it's like 45 minutes of updating. I'm like, "How does anyone live in this world?"
I know. It's crazy.
And like that
Um
happens every week. Like it's Stadia or Destiny 2's updating. Not every week. It happens on
ev-
Tuesdays and Thursdays, does it
I
not?
think every time you open it up, it does check for an update, I guess. I know on Steam it does that. When you open it up, it needs to download, and it's like sometimes takes a while. The funny thing is I play with some Steam player on Destiny 2, and they were all surprised I was on Stadia. They're like, "Who the hell is playing on Stadia?" I was like, "It's me. It's working fine." Like it always depends on the region you're at. If your internet speed is very good, you don't have any issue. Like I noticed, like one of the things I noticed the most playing with PC players is that they get kicked back to desktop. Now you have to reload the game, and I wasn't getting any issue. I didn't get kicked out. I didn't get any lag or anything like that. Like it was pretty amazing. And I'm playing it with some Steam player, which they're getting a lot of issue. They get error code. They get like kick out to the desktop, like I said, or the game will crash. It's just like Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's working well on Stadia. I don't know what's the issue. People like just like, oh, I thought that was dead. It's hard to be dead. I think it's gonna be like even better now. So
Yeah, I mean, I hope that people start to realize that you don't need to harbor all of that space on your computer. I mean, if you have a decent internet connection, you can just play instantly. So,
yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
that's
and this just is going to help people. So, free Premier Edition for X Pro members. Very cool.
mm-hmm.
Stadia adds more screens. So this was a big rollout. They took the experimental tab off of a lot of Samsung devices, and they put the official support out. So very cool. So you see the Galaxy, the Tab, and the Note. A lot of series of them coming out.
They should be supported as soon they come out. Like I don't know why they waited so long because this the Galaxy 21 has like been out for a while.
But you can, so you could still play on Stadia, but the issue was it was in the experimental mode.
Uh
So it had like the beakers
I
and stuff at the
guess.
side. So in my experience, when I played on experimental mode, I think on my iPad in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, like there may have been crashes more often. But other than that, it still ran fine. So I think that's all they're doing here is they're pushing the official support for all of these devices. Oh no, it's not experimental mode anymore.
Yeah. Hmm. At least they make sure that it's working perfectly, right? So
Yeah, I'm sure they have a whole process and they're like, this device is at stage 2 and it's got to wait this amount of time and then goes to stage 3 and then we'll see. But yeah,
yeah.
some notable things they said here. The foldable flip phones, the new ones, were not included in this. So I guess they're still in experimental mode. And
Yeah, because the screen size is different and yeah, that could be an issue, but hopefully they're gonna fix that because if Google come out with their new Pixel Fold, so apparently it's gonna come out at the same time as Pixel 6. That's the rumors, so we'll see.
which one are you going to get?
I'm getting the Pixel 6 Pro. The Fold is quite interesting, but I'm just worried. I'm just gonna wait. Like the folding option, it's a good option, but I'm just gonna wait because they haven't announced it. And I need a new phone. My Pixel 2 XL is getting old. The battery's dying very slowly. But I'm quite excited to play on the Google Pixel 6. So that's gonna be fun.
Cool. Cool. So no flipping.
No flipping, no.
So people who have wave break now, because the Rudig's curse continues. I did not like seeing wave break up on the list because in the very early days of Stadia, there was not much out there on the library. And I'm like, wave break, this looks cool. And now it's for pro. So it's like shooting on boats with Tony Hawk style. Um, Pretty crazy idea. I actually turn it on every now and then if I just want some like mindless Tony Hawk fun and do some tricks and stuff. And like all these characters have their own personality. They're like Miami Vice like style with the glasses and the blazers on these bears and stuff.
Yeah, are they not like animals? You have a bear like riding a sea-doo or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can check it out for free now as a pro
Yeah.
member, so there's nothing stopping you. It's pretty neat. I would
And
say it's fun, mindless fun. I mean, and the levels are tough. Like I remember trying to like get all of these things. Like you have to get all of these different tricks and points in the level to progress to the next level.
mhm.
And like it was super difficult. Like I'm not good at skateboard games.
But like they coming out with an update, so that's pretty cool. So and you, I guess,
Yeah, it's just
it,
like some new levels, some new
oh, okay,
characters, some new team-based game modes, a park creator. So a pretty big update. Yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah, just try it out if you're on Pro then, right?
yeah, absolutely. And Power Rangers, they get a new season. So in my mind, Power Rangers seemed like graphically, like it was not really like a new game, but I was shocked to see season 4.
But that's
So,
more a fighting game too, right?
yeah, I mean, if you play the Samurai game that you get on Pro, I think the very first month, Samurai Showdown, like the graphics are stunning on that. And like the Power Ranger game just seems like, I don't know, to be like a Nintendo 64 level
Maybe it's
graphics.
like on multiple platforms like this, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, so season 4, you get some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Adam Park, so I guess a new Power Rangers, a Dino Charges Poseidon. I'm not sure what all these things are, but looks like 3 new playable characters. So
That's cool.
yeah.
All right, make the game more interesting there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the seasons and all of that stuff. So I may
Yeah.
not see it, but I know it is a pro title. So if you want to go in and fight some Power Rangers, that's the game to do it in. We have some bad news here. Tachia, I think that's what I'm gonna be saying.
Yeah.
Oh, and my link is not correct here. It just goes to page 2. So Tachia is not going to be coming to Stadia after it was originally announced, and that sucks. I mean, in December of 2020, we saw a whole like release picture and post, and it had the little Stadia logo in the corner. But a recent post from the developers at Tachia, I think that's at AWACEB on Twitter. They were saying that launched exclusively on PlayStation and Epic Game stores. And then people were like, whoa, what about Stadia? And then they said, quote unquote, unfortunately, our partnership with Stadia didn't work out. We had to adapt quickly, and Tachia found a home on PS and Epic Game Store. This enabled us to keep working on the game and make it the best it can be. And that kind of sucks because the description of the game is a Zelda Windbound-esque game, which sounds really great. I would have loved to play that, but yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, too bad. I guess something happened that they couldn't like release it on Stadia, so maybe they didn't like the incentive or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe PlayStation was offering something more, so yeah,
yeah, it's
it's
too bad.
it's the life of the marketing for gaming, right?
Yeah, sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe Tachia may open the door down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do have the contacts, so it may not be impossible.
Exactly.
Now, some news and rumors. Let's clear up this Stadia Jack Buser situation. People all over the web say, Google lost another employee. They can't keep anybody. That is not what happened at all.
Yeah.
Stadia's director of games has left for Google Cloud. So he got what we like to call in the industry a promotion. So
Exactly.
he was doing well at Stadia directing games, but now they want him to manage the cloud systems across the world. So I mean,
That's a big thing.
and
That's
people just blow this out of proportion. Like I don't understand the fuel. I think what's happening is like these other consoles are scared of Stadia. And so they spin this negative world of media at Stadia because it really is the next gen. No downloads,
exactly.
no updates, instant play. You're on the web. Like they all know that that's going to be coming, and you're no longer going to have to buy a box that keeps updating every 5 years.
It's just funny because every time I play with other player now, like with Destiny 2 being cross-play, they're just surprised about Stadia. And I'm like, why are you so surprised? It's just because of the bad news they're getting about like people quitting Stadia, like or the city quitting, like Jack Buser, but like he's just moving up the chain to leave like this position to another person to take over to make the gaming industry even better. So and or like having the developer leaving or not the developer, but the studio leaving, that was just a decision made because they noticed like we cannot compete with what we have out there, and said like let's make all the game that's available out there come to Stadia, right? And that's why they went with like it's not dying anytime soon. Stadia is gonna keep living, and like it's gonna take over the market, because you already noticed like PlayStation has like a cloud service, Xbox has a cloud service, and it's just funny because people look at those service being like, because they tested out, it's not working as great, so they think Stadia is the same, which is totally wrong. Like they still want to sell their console, so they don't want to go fully cloud, right? So yeah, quite interesting that people like just have those negative thing about Stadia. They're just going after Stadia, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make too much sense.
But
Other
like
than
they don't know anything about Stadia because they haven't tried it. So
Yeah, there was an article that came out from CNN. There was a reporter who seemed to understand Stadia and said,
hmm
This works great. Like, I'm not sure what all the negative press is about. So I was really happy to share that on Twitter and see some, positivity come through. And I feel like finally some stories aren't spun in this negative place. But
exactly.
yeah, so Jack Buser got promoted. There'll be a new director of games, I'm sure, for Stadia, and yeah, we'll keep trucking along.
Exactly.
Now, the road to VR. This is an interesting space for Stadia to jump into. Looks like they put up 4 job postings. Engineering manager for Stadia Discovery. I mean, right away, holy crap.
hmm
That job posting alone says Google is looking to jump into the VR world. And with Stadia, it just makes sense. The minute I got the Oculus 2 and I put it on and I was like searching for games, I'm going to download games. Downloading? Are you kidding me? I have to wait and there's updates like every so often. And like the space you have on this Oculus is so small and it's constantly connected to the internet, anyways. So why not just cloud it up? Like it didn't make any sense that I was still downloading
Yeah.
something, especially with such a new technology as VR. So this is an obvious next step.
And already you can use your phone for VR. Like most of the phone can do VR. You just put it like in the case or something like that. So there's a solution for like Stadia. They just use the phone, and then you just connect on Wi-Fi, wear the headset. There you go. There's your VR, and you just need like controller or something like that. So why not, right? You get a lot of like new company creating like a different type of sensor platform. There's a few company that created that treadmill, like you can move around, similar to Player One,
Oh
but
yeah.
you wear those specific shoes. There's sensors on your shoes, there's sensor on your legs and stuff like that. So it's totally doable. They can go with something quite basic like they did when VR came out with the Google phone. You just put in the case and use like a button on it, or use a little controller, or they can go all in and create a headset made for Stadia. Or like I said, they can go in between, use your phone, put it in the case, buy a specific controller. There you go. We're good
Or
to go.
here's what, as a Oculus user, what I see is happening is boom, give me a Google Chromecast in my Oculus. Allow me to access Stadia.
hmm
Allow me to play my VR games via Stadia on my Oculus. Like, let me jump into, because that's another thing. The Oculus, it needs a lot of power to be able to run these games like
hmm
what's the new one, Half-Life 3, right?
Yeah.
You need a full gaming computer and you need to plug your headset into the gaming computer. Like that
Yeah.
just seems craziness. Why would you not cloud stream this game into your headset?
Exactly. And maybe Google's gonna make it so like you can have your own headset. Like so you already have the Oculus Rift. Use that connected through Google Stadia and use it similar to, using an Xbox controller to play on Stadia, things like that. So
Exactly.
they gotta make it easy to people, I think, to play VR, and that's gonna open even more the market for Stadia. So
And one last thing I would say about VR is the landscape on the game development is just not there yet. They have a couple games, Medal of Honor, um, what was the one we were just Half-Life 3,
Skyrim is on there too.
Skyrim, but
Yeah,
like that's a port, right?
yeah, it's support, but like apparently it's quite good too, because yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
must be
that
quite
again, that
interesting.
game you need to connect into a computer. You can't do it
You
natively
need a
on the headset.
powerful computer. Already the game is quite powerful, so like you cannot just have like you can use a not powerful computer like mine. I can run Skyrim, but sometimes it's laggy because it's so demanding. So imagine on VR. So you need like a quite powerful like computer for that.
Yeah, these are two technologies that need to be married together for sure.
Yeah, like that's gonna be amazing. You just like imagine that you don't have a wire hanging on to
Yeah.
like your
I don't even have a
computer.
computer, so I just feel like I'm cut out of those games.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be included.
Yeah. Awesome. But
So,
yeah.
just to go over, I think the last thing I have here is a crazy amount. September, 6 games for Stadia Pro. They gave
Hmm.
us ARK, Legends of Keeper, Darksiders 2, PGA, Little Big Workshop, and Wavebreak. I will say PGA, ARK, and Darksiders, each on their own, on like launching, are huge games.
Hmm.
Like when
Yep.
Darksiders 2 came out, it was a big release. PGA comes out, big release. ARK, another one.
Hmm.
Legends of Keeper, a little bit more indie. Little Big
Looks pretty
Workshop,
cool.
never really heard of it. But I'm sure it's probably has its own big community and following. And then Wavebreak was a little more indie too. These
Hmm.
are 3 huge games. That's a big release this month.
Yep. Quite interesting. So Arc, we knew like it was supposed to come out before. Finally, they dropped it in September. They didn't really lie about when they were coming out. This is this summer. Well, summer is until September 21st. So
They did say early 2021. So,
yeah.
but
So yeah.
happy to have it now, and that
Yeah,
seems pretty
exactly.
cool.
So no, it's pretty cool. We have that. PGA was just like a stealth drop. Like Darksider, I didn't see that coming. It's pretty cool that they have it for free on Stadia Pro. Like some great game there. So I'm quite excited to try a different one. I know I'm stuck with Destiny 2 because I'm like how you call that? I like to play a game and stick to it. I don't know. But
Yeah, you're
sometimes I like to
married to one
I
game,
know, right?
and sometimes you go on dates with other games.
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to definitely try Ark. Legend of Keeper, that might be a good game to play on your phone, like in between, like, sometimes I like to play on my phone during lunchtime. So like, oh, I gotta check it out or something. So yeah, PGA, I think it's definitely something I'm gonna provide to my spouse family to give a try and see how they like it. So yeah.
Wicked. Well, thanks for tuning in after our long hiatus, but we're
Hmm.
back now. We're going to be hitting it up next week, so be sure to tune in then. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like the video and notifications bells for an alert when our podcast hits the air, and that would be on YouTube. So leave us a comment. Tell us about your Stadia gaming life, what's going on with you in Destiny. Have you got a lot of these kills with this new trace rifle? So, and also you can find Stadia Party Chat podcast, the audio version on Anchor, Spotify, Google Casts, a lot of places where you can find podcasts. Shout out to the new sponsors. Thank you, Stadia Community Blog. Thank you, Stadia Source. Thank you, 9 to 5 Google. Yeah, it's thanks for hitting up all of that news for us to talk about and have some Discord this week.
Hmm.
That's the news this week. We thank you for tuning in and hearing our thoughts. Look forward to sharing more in the future. And as always, I'm Ricardo, giving you my perspective on the cloud. And here is Sebastian.
Yeah, and we upload some video every so often, so look up for our live streams. So You guys take care and we'll see you next week.
All right. See ya.